The Conservative Party of Canada's leadership race changed a little bit, or maybe not, depending on how you look at it, as of last night, as the party held another official debate. However, two of the major candidates declined the invitation to participate in that debate. Pierre Poilievre and Leslyn Lewis said that they would not participate in the debate, but Roman Baber, Scott Aitchison, and Jean Charest still participated in the debate. Joining me now to discuss what they made of that debate, as well as what they make of some of the latest developments in the Conservative leadership race, is Tasha Carradine, campaign co-chair of Jean Charest's leadership campaign and author of the book entitled The Right Path: How Conservatives Can Unite, Inspire, and Take Canada Forward. Tasha, thanks so much for making the time, as always. Let's just start out with that Conservative leadership debate piece. Obviously, two of the major candidates, Pierre Poilievre and Leslyn Lewis, declined the invitation, as I mentioned in the introduction, to participate in the debate. What do you think that ultimately means, that, two main candidates decline the invitation? They're kind of saying that they declined the invitation because the majority of ballots have already been sent out. Is that a valid reason to not participate?
Well, yes, the ballots have been sent out, but they haven't been returned. So that is why we thought this debate was important, and the membership did as well. The membership was polled, and the people who responded, the vast majority wanted another debate. So I think it's a bit silly to say from their perspective that they think it's because people have all returned their ballots. Only 20% have actually been sent in. So that means people are still making up their minds. There still is an appetite for conversation. And I think out of just respect for the membership, candidates owe it to them to present as much of their ideas as possible. And things have evolved over the course of the summer, as you know, wide issues have changed and come to the fore, and things that were not as important at the beginning of the summer or the beginning of the race are now even more important, such as inflation, I would say. The abortion issue, which is an American issue right now, but still just the fact it's being talked about so much in the United States is something that people are now having a conversation here. So I think it was important to have this debate, and it's a shame that they didn't show up.
And out of the candidates who did show up at the debate last night, Scott Aitchison, Roman Baber, and Jean Charest, what did you ultimately think of the way that some of them performed? And in some of them, I think a lot of the people who were reacting to the debate on social media were applauding the fact that it talked a lot about, policy, as compared to some of the previous debates that talked kind of just personally about each other. I guess speak a little bit about what you found interesting about last night's debate.
Sure. It definitely avoided some of the more personal questions, we'll put it that way, that some of the other debates, the last debate in particular, had before. I think that it did give an opportunity to talk about policy. Because there were only three people there, they got a lot more space to do so. But I think that, clear divisions on issues such as law and order, the convoy, vaccine mandates, those kinds of things did emerge. And while those aren't the preeminent issues in this campaign, I think that it is still important for people to know where the candidates stand. I also think that it was a call for unity that, the candidates, all of them made, but I think it's important to say that because, Mr. Aitchison pointed out in particular that everyone's got to come together after this race is over to make sure the Conservative Party has a fighting chance of the next election. So I think it highlighted that fact as well, which again is a reason why I think the other candidates should have showed up. And especially Mr. Poilievre, who then was very dismissive of the entire process and of the candidate I'm working for in particular at a rally in Saskatchewan. And that played a lot on social media. You may have seen that clip. It was very disrespectful to the process, and his very disrespectful attitude and words that he took. So I thought that was rather a shame, because it definitely does not paint not only himself, but the whole party really in a good light.